Hello, and welcome to week 4 on the FyberCraft server. As you can see, there's a little bit of experimentation going on behind me. Yeah, that's right, I'm experimenting with some of the details that are going to go on this build. So we've got the coarse dirt around the buildings, kind of a shooken up layer of the dirt. And then we got the leaves growing up the side just slightly, with some pebbles scattered around. And got some of these bigger rocks, which I'm getting into. I've never really been very good at these rocks. And then I've just bone mealed it a little bit around the area, gotten some flowers up. But I did feel like it was missing something. And if you're looking around, you're like, there's not really much variation in the green. There's a lot by the houses, but not much for the green. And so what I realized is I need a moss farm. So I'm going to build one because no one on this server really has any moss. And as a builder, especially in the terraining area, I really need some of my own moss to work with, you know? So let's get to it right now. And with that, we have a moss farm. This thing is not too complex, despite what it looks like, as every redstoner says. This is Etho Labs design. As you can see, we got some lava and some water creating stone, with a moss block above it getting bone mealed by that dispenser right over there. And what happens is, when I flip this lever to turn it on, this little clock runs, and every time more stone gets pushed in, bone meal gets dispensed, turning this. Something that's kind of interesting is the stone crushes the moss, which means that you can just keep on pushing this stone in, and it breaks the moss. So it runs on just a little bit of bone meal. I just put 3 stacks in here, basically. And underneath, you can see we're already producing tons of this stuff. This is going to be perfect. So I'll check back in at the end of the week, but for now, let's go check up on Shadowflame. Let's check out if there's anything new in the Things to Know hut. Already saw that one. Oop, this one's new. Anvils break when you enchant, I guess? Yeah, got a funny story about this one. The Shadow was over at my base and got a couple of books. Mending, Breaking, and Fortune 3. So she was enchanting them on my anvil because I have an anvil. She doesn't. And it broke, and she was like, oh no, I broke your anvil, I'll repay you. And I'm like, they just do that. And she's like, oh really? And I'm like, yeah. So that's the story to that. So let's see if there's any more. Already seen that one, and those ones we've already seen as well. So I think just one new thing this week in this hut. Check out the rest of the base. Oh, the door is open on the starter house, and there's a pressure plate. Whoa. This... Can I... Pressure plates. Redstoning. Professional redstoning. Yeah, okay, so not too much change in here. That is expected. I know she was busy this week. So, I think that's it over here. So, let's check out Herobrine's base. Okay, so here we are. And as you can see, there is something right behind us. If I'm not mistaken, this is a flower farm, which is taking the place of the patch of grass that was here in the previous episode. This kind of proves that there is going to be a flower business soon enough, as well as the iron that Herobrine is also selling. Over in the map area, you can see there is a new map here. Not quite decorated, with no label, but this is a new map. You can see on the week 2 map, there is nothing over here with the boat track, but now, look at there. There is the boat track, although looks like a section of it got blown up. That might have been me. Over here you can see the iron shop, which was not there on the previous map, and it's just starting to really grow up a lot. I really like this idea of weekly map. You can really see the changes. And we're off the Iron Heights. Let's see if there's anything new over here. You can see there's now an AFK platform right over there that you can access the iron from, and ladder up there to the on-off switch for the farm. Let's go see if there's any noticeable sales in the shop. And can't remember how much was in here, but I honestly don't think there's been that much. And in here, if I'm remembering correctly, the same goes for those as well. Don't believe there's anything in any of these other chests. Although I'm pretty sure that the Speed God bought some. I don't know when that was, and it might have been restocked since. So I think that is going to be it for over here as well. So, one last stop to Fanatic's base, and then I'll show you all of the work I've done over at my base this week. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to point out is this boat track. Yeah, so earlier this week, Fanatic asked me for some tips about building this tunnel kind of shape. And I said I like the inside, but the outside needs a bit more visual appeal, and that has been achieved with these lanterns on the outside. And it really adds a lot, and I do like it. And also, right over here, you can see the Sugarcane Farm that was massive is now automated, apparently. So, we have the massive, oh, what the? You sirs okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You should join them. Make it 6. Anyway, what I was saying is the giant masses of sugarcane that is behind the farm, and there should be still some over there, behind me over there, is now also being automated right over here. So, that's a lot of sugarcane. I wonder if it's going to be sold whatsoever. And there is now a new building in the works over here. I believe... Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave that a secret. We'll see how this turns out in the coming week. And the bridge got an upgrade. There are now these fence archways, which look absolutely splendid. I really like this bridge. And I think that might be it over here as well. That is some nice progress over here, though. I do think that this is going to go somewhere that I enjoy. Isn't that view just beautiful? Kind of see just a little sneak peek of the work I've been doing. And I've been doing quite a lot. Let me show you it real quick. So the first thing you probably see from the view back there on that hill is this river. Yes, that's right. I showed you this a little bit. Was that last time? I think it was. But now it's decorated, and I really like it. I do want to extend it down to the ocean, like I said then. I just detailed it just a little bit, and if you come way back here, you can see there's always a little bit of an indent back there. If there's anything back there. Not that I can tell. Maybe we'll come back to that next week. And eventually I'm gonna make a nice little, like, cave room back in this cliff, which I don't believe I showed you this last time, but I have decorated this. You just see a sneak peek of something back there that I don't know exactly what it is. Anyway, whoa, look at that. You can see there has been some work. Look at this path. I love this design. I just kind of threw this together and I love it. You can see the idea I'm going for, and this is going to stretch around here, and you might be thinking, yeah, I like it, but it's kind of plain, and that's where that comes in. Yes, that's right. I am learning how to build custom trees, and I really like this one. It's kind of an oak tree that is kind of like falling over. Maybe it's a willow. Yeah. And I got the spore blossom somewhere in there. It's a nice atmosphere, and you'll also notice covering up this kind of ruined building. And if you know ruins, you'll know what this building is. Yes, that's right. It's my Nether Portal. Yeah, I built this morning, and I love it. I like this room. The floor could use a bit more variation, but other than that, I do like this building quite a lot. I really love the addition of the mini blocks and the heads that we have on the server. I believe that's it over here, and that is everything from everyone's base this week. So, without further ado, I'll see you next week. Goodbye.